What is going on, guys, and welcome back to part 7 of turning this E46 into a drift car. If you haven't been keeping up with this series, we've got a lot done so far, so I won't bore you and go over everything. Let's have a quick recap of the main points of what we've done so far. We have given the car a full service, including filters, fluids, absolutely everything. Tidied up the engine bay, changed the rocker cover seals, changed the intake boot. It's got a brand new ram air intake on there, got that looking all nice. Then it was onto the interior, strip all that out because, as I say, we're going drift car, we don't need that. Drop the rear end. Prep for the reinforcements, got some rust repair done. We then welded in the Reddish B3 reinforcement kit, got the chassis all secure. Then it was onto all the rust repair, the primer, seam sealing. After the seam seal was done, it was ready to mask up, wrapped it underneath the whole car before we put it all back together. While that was being done, we got the rear end powder coated, polybushed, rebuilt. In the last episode, we refreshed the whole brake line system, copying the OEM with some fresh line, mocking all that up, and once we'd done that, we started to refresh the calipers, rebuild the calipers, get everything looking brand new, including the diff, some of the exhaust braces, like I say, changing all the fluids. We got the whole fuel system back in the car, including the tank and the lines. Once the fuel tank was in, we could actually then get the rear end back in the car, so it's the diff back in the subframe, got it up to the car, bolted on. And once that was done, it was time for some brand new brake discs and pads. Another massive thank you for M-Tech for supplying those. Once the brakes were done, we could then get the suspension in, so of course we went BCs. And the car was pretty much ready for bleeding the brakes, wheels, a bolt check, and then getting the car on the floor. And that has brought us all the way up to today. We are now ready to put some nice wheels on this car. Now, you would have seen in the last episode, I did end that saying we are still waiting on those wheels. As of filming right now, I am still waiting on those wheels to come back. So we do need to get a few things sorted. I want to copper grease the coilovers, make sure they don't rust over. I've got some coilover covers, a few little finalising bits which aren't really worth filming. There is a potential that in this episode we do actually get the short shift to arrive, because obviously I do want to drive the car in this video, the little teaser. So all being well, I do actually want to test drive this car in this video. So if we can, we'll get that shift sorted, get the coilovers all sorted, get the heights level, because we did just throw them in just to get the car on the ground and make sure everything's settled right. But now we can obviously get the coilovers to a right height at least. I'll obviously dial them in a little bit more when I get the wheels on, because we'll sort that fitment out, because we can't be running bad fitment. We'll of course need some new tyres on the wheels when we get them back. I want to do another quick bolt check on the car. We're going to give it a little eyeball alignment. I will be getting a proper alignment, don't worry, but just for the sake of driving, and I want to drive somewhat in a straight line, we're going to give it a little tester alignment just to make sure everything's somewhat straight. So when I drive it, I'm not literally crabbing down the road. But yeah, all being well, in this episode, we will be driving the C46. Well, if you guys have seen this video, I'm hoping it's gone well, because my aim for today is to get this car from this unit, get it home, and then everything else we can pretty much do at home. Because all the stuff we need to do on the ramp, it's all pretty much done now. We can do the rest at home. But enough of me rambling, let's carry on. We'll turn the C46 into a drift car. So, I just want to quickly interject here and just let you know that it was at the point in the build where I just wanted it on the ground, rolling. I was stressing out about everything we'd done, making sure everything was okay. So just to pre-warn you, this next segment may not be the best documented, because I was just trying to get things done. I've recorded as much as I could, and it of course still makes sense as to what we were doing, but just bear that in mind when you look at these clips. If you feel like I could have recorded more, I probably could have, but I was stressing about getting this car on the floor and out of the unit. So yeah, let's get back to the video. So, as you can see there, we got that Oda CNC short shifter installed, so I cleaned up the gearbox brace, got that all back on the car, didn't manage to film it, so apologies for that, but you will of course see it in this video when we do go to drive the car. I'm telling you now, that short shifter feels amazing. It was one of the best additions I've done so far. We also then got some coilover covers on after copper greasing the coilovers. I don't want those threads to be clogged up with any rust, debris or anything like that. It's good to keep the threads clean to make life easier in the future. Also, the wheels were not ready yet, so Ads, a massive thank you to him. He let me borrow his spare wheels on the condition that I give them a refurb. So this was me refurbing them here, this was just them in primer, and then it was time to get those back on the car and get the car on the ground. And as you can see here, we gave the car a quick eyeball alignment with the gyro line, just to make sure it was somewhat straight like I said previously. So I'm to get the car back on the ground, get it off the ramp, and go for the first start in a very long while. Right, so it is now obviously the next day, in a different change of clothes, because basically by the time we rolled it off the ramp, as you would have saw on the last clip, it was quite dark outside, and it probably isn't the best idea to test a fully rebuilt car in the dark just in case something goes wrong. So I do want to do it today while it's lighter. You guys can obviously come along for the test drive. Hopefully, fingers crossed, everything all goes well. And yeah, we can get on with the rest of the video. I know we need to change these wheels. They won't be staying on the car, but a massive thank you to Ads for letting us use these. We've got wheels and tyres to be sorted, so stay tuned to the end. We'll get them on. That's another massive thank you to Matt over at Pro Coating. But yeah, like I say, we need to get it tested. And before we put the nice... Nearly. And I didn't want to put those fresh wheels on until we've tested the car. Like I say, this car has been fully rebuilt by us. I want to make sure everything is fine, running smoothly. There's nothing else we need to sort out before we get the nice wheels on, and we can then give the car some proper driving. And there's only one way to test it. And fingers crossed, it all goes well. I mean, if you've seen this video, it probably has gone well. We can then get the car back in, sort the wheels out, sort a few more little bits out, and then the E46 will be back on the road. We've obviously got a lot more to do. It won't be the end of the series. It obviously needs a really good clean because it is filthy. I mean, it's been in a unit for God knows how long. But yeah, enough of me rambling. Let's hop in the car, go for a test drive, and let's see how this E46 feels after all the stuff we've put on it. So, I hope you guys can hear me okay. It is still a fully stripped E46. You probably can't hear me the best, but so far so good. I mean, I've just pulled out of the unit, but he's driving okay. The weather, probably not the best for a test drive. It is icy at the minute, it is freezing. I don't know if you can see it, but you can see my breath, like it is cold right now. So we're gonna let the car warm up, give it a gentle drive. I will switch to a POV setup in a moment, so you can see the short shifter, but this feels absolutely amazing so far. It might be a bit wobbly because of the camera setup on the road we're currently on, and obviously we have got brand new coilovers, but it shifts so nice. Now, like I say, so far everything feels so smooth, like there's nothing crazy going on right now. There's a car right up my bum because I'm trying to drive actually slowly for a change, trying to make sure everything's okay. The steering wheel is actually pretty straight for our eyeball alignment, so that gyro line clearly worked. It doesn't actually pull, it's aligned pretty well. I mean, we didn't really change anything in terms of the front alignment. We haven't messed with the lower arms, the tyre rods or anything, so that will change when we get the lock kit, but that's when we will be getting a proper alignment. So for now, it was just the rear end. We centered that pretty well, and it seems to be driving okay. Should go downshift. This shifter is so nice. Oh, traffic, lovely. I mean, so far, guys, the car's driving great. I've only got a driver's seat in the minute, as you'll see. We've still got a completely stripped interior. There's no passenger seat. I literally put the driver's seat in, got the shifter in, and we're testing it. But this short shifter feels so good compared to the stock shifter. Oh, I've missed driving this car so much. Let me know if you guys want a full POV drive once the car is fully done, because like I say, it will be a complete different drive. So the next steps will definitely be to get this car back in the air. Everything feels okay, but of course with Raptor it will need to sort of bed in a little bit, so we'll bolt check it and snug everything up again, make sure the drive shafts and everything are all okay. I don't know how well you can see me because of this sun. There's a lot of glare on the camera. I hope you can see me okay. I hope you can hear me okay. But yeah, we'll get the car back in the air, we can bolt check it, we can get the wheels back, which I'm really excited for, because obviously we've got brand new tyres and the wheels are fully redone, so it's going to feel completely different again, which I cannot wait for. Of course, we're not finished there yet. It's going to be a drift car, so we need the lock kit, we need the hydro, we need so much more. But let's carry on this drive and enjoy the car a little bit while it's tested. Obviously, I'm not going to go too crazy right now, but the ground is a little bit wet, so you never know. But let's continue this drive, and I'll pick up with you guys back at the unit. Quick interjection, and before we head back to the unit, you guys are probably wondering why you're watching me test drive this car. How have I insured the car? Now, like me, you guys are probably struggling to find some insurance for your car as well, or at least good insurance for your car. With the fact that cars are modified, it can be a bit of a headache, and I had that issue too until I found Adrian Flux. Adrian Flux already insure thousands of people across the UK. They insure me now, and they can insure you. Now, the thing for me that I found most useful is I could literally pick up the phone, speak to someone, let them know what I've done to the car, and they can get back to me with a quote. Because at the end of the day, we put all this hard work into our cars. The last thing we want is to have an accident and us not to be insured correctly. And I assume if you're watching this video, you probably have a modified car too. So I definitely suggest for yourself, you check out Adrian Flux and get yourself a quote for your modified car. And now you know how the car's insured, let's get back to the unit. Right, so going under, basically the plan is, now we give it a good drive, just to bolt check everything. As you can see, all the salt and everything on the car. Sadly, it's not going to stay clean forever. Stay relatively clean considering the roads at the minute. Obviously got our coil lever covers on. But just looking over everything, there's no leaks. The brake lines are fine, the fuel lines. Everything seems okay. I'm just going to go over and bolt check absolutely everything anyway, because then we can put the BCs on a little bit harsher and get to some proper driving. But yeah, let's get to tightening, or checking and tightening any bolts that need it. So guys, I'm happy to say, all went pretty well. The car is now bolt checked. There's a few things we tightened up just a little bit, but the majority of it was fine. All seemed to go well with the test drive. We can now get my wheels back on the car once they're sorted, bed the brakes in, and then get this car on a proper drive. I'm so happy with it, but it's time now to get my wheels back, get them back on the car, and get this car looking nice. Yes, I know it still needs a clean, but we're gonna get my wheels back, so we're gonna head over to Matt at Pro Coating Stratford now, get the wheels back, get some new tyres on, and get them on the car. Now, as much as I love the MV3s, I need my wheels back on the car. Now, would you believe it? 3 of those wheels were bent. So Matt down at Pro Coating Stratford has got those sorted for me. We've got them freshly powder coated. They're gonna be looking amazing with some brand new tyres, and I cannot wait to get them back on the car. I will, of course, as it's gonna be a drift car, I am looking to get some drift wheels. I cannot afford to be drifting on BBS, so that won't be happening. But for now, while the car's getting back on the road, while we're testing everything, getting a few more parts on the car, getting the interior sorted, getting everything basically to a point where it is a drift car apart from the wheels, we'll then be getting some drift wheels to put on the car. But for now, the BBSs are going back on the car because I will never be getting rid of those wheels. They're my favourite wheels. I think they look great. And you'll see in a moment when we get them back on the car. So there's nothing left now but to go around to Pro Coating Stratford, pick those wheels up and get them back on the car. So, currently editing this video, and I feel like a terrible person. I'm going to do that thing that really annoying YouTubers do, and you guys are going to have to wait till next week to see the wheels. It's not my fault. I planned to include them in this video, as you would have seen from those clips. The only reason I've said included all of that is because the video timeline wouldn't make sense, because the whole time I was doing this work was to build up to getting the wheels. But I'm afraid the wheels actually were quite bad. Like I say, there was 3 bent, there was a lot of pitting, it was a lot of work to get them done. They will be done, and first thing in next video, you will be seeing those wheels, so do not worry. We will be getting those wheels back on the car in next week's video, 100%, I don't care. But sadly, for this week, you're going to have to deal with the MV3s. It's not a bad wheel, but obviously I just can't wait to get my wheels back on the car with some fresh tyres, and then I can get the height dialed in, everything like that. But yeah, my apologies. I mentioned the video now, but I want to say thank you to you guys that are still around, because if you are still watching the video, you guys are the reason I do this, because you guys that watch all the way to the end, you are the hardcore fans, and I appreciate you endlessly. If you are still here, just drop a comment, say what your, I don't know, favourite OEM BMW wheel is, or something like that in the comments. But yeah, I appreciate you guys watching. We have got a lot done in today's episode. Obviously we had the first drive. I'm so happy everything went smoothly. We've now bolt checked it. Now we can get on some even more fun stuff. Like I say, we haven't even touched the interior yet. But the drivetrain, the underside of the car, the most important part, is now perfected. And we've now got a really good foundation to build off of and continue on with making the E46 a drift car. So like always, don't forget, there'll be a new video every single Sunday at 5 PM. So make sure you subscribe so you never miss an upload. If you like the video, drop it a like, comment on the video, and I'll catch you guys in next week's episode, where it's now part 8 of turning the E46 into a drift car.